Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Jan and you're watching Jan FX. So in this video I'm going to make again technical analysis for the new week which starts on 12th of June. And as usual I will look at the results of the previous week, what happened and what kind of trades you could have made. And risk warning again. Forex is a risky business. You can make money, you can also lose, and you can lose even more than you invested. So before you decide to do any Forex trading, you need to seek a financial and professional advice. Everything you hear and see here, it's all based on my own opinion and experience, and everything you decide to follow me, it's all at your own risk. If you disagree with my rules, you can change the channel. So now we can continue. Okay, so as usual, let's start again with the next week news calendar, as we usually do. I'm using daily effects, and we are waiting for the main event. So you have to check for any pair you're going to trade. As usual, you have to check for any news events, but the main and important one we were talking about is going to be on 15th of June. And I have the time here, UTC, GMT +0, and so it's going to be FOMC at 6 o'clock in the evening. So you have to check your time, see what you have in your with your broker, and what you have in your charts. But so this is the time for mine, because I'm trading with Italianex, and this is going to be UTC 6 o'clock. So that's like the important event, which I'm going to wait for, and let's go and check it out what happened for last week, as we were doing all this technical analysis for the last few weeks. So starting again as usual with my favorite pair. So this the week which closed, I was trading only one pair. It was euro-dollar, and I will tell you a little bit about my trades, and of course I'll talk about the other pairs, what you could do, and what kind of trades you could have placed. So I'm just gonna start with the bigger charts as usual, because it's easier to see. As you can see, I haven't changed anything from the previous video. All the lines, all the levels, all I left exactly the same, and what I've done during the week I'm going to show you now in a minute. So as you remember last week, this is where we had euro-dollar after a news event, non-farm payroll. As you remember, it wasn't very good for American dollar, and you see the big movement on euro was up quite a lot, and because of that movement, so and they actually come out from this up channel. As you remember, again, the previous week before I told you that there might be, we had like the downtrend, and I was saying was telling you that will be probably recovered. It's exactly what happened the previous week, and when non-farm payroll happened, it's actually broke that channel and went very high. And then I said that for the Monday I will be waiting for what's going to happen and what the movement would be, so I can try to draw anything, because at that point I couldn't do anything at all, as it was a very big candle and nothing else. So we went to let's go like, let's say 30 minutes again, so it would be a bit better picture. So when the Monday finished, I could draw another trend channel based on, you can see these bottoms, this is what it created, and the tops. So that was my other channel for the week, to see what's going to happen and if I could place any trades. So that was the just using the Monday. That's it. See, that's how I'm trying to tell you and show you how to use, how I do it, how I use the level trend channels, all these lines. And it wasn't very big, so the distance was all like about 40 pips only, so it was quite small. And as you can see, it was sitting for a few days inside it, and it actually was trying to break it at one point. So what I did afterwards, it was absolutely nothing. Like on Tuesday I couldn't do anything, and The same on Wednesday was also nothing, because as you can see, if I go on the 15-minute chart, and as you know, usually I look for any channels or patterns, and you can see there was absolutely nothing, like this no channel, was nothing in here. So I was looking and waiting for something which could give me a little bit better option to draw anything else. So what I did, I could so from one level to another level, and closer was to the end of the week, where I was expecting some news, except the news didn't really move a lot. But so I could draw this level, because so on Monday it did up, went down, went up. On Tuesday it did the same, somewhere in the middle. So obviously it was sitting in that channel, and it was kind of a feeling that it's going to happen something soon. And this is exactly what I did. I drew that closer to this level. It actually was trying to break it, and I didn't place any trades here, even if I would. As you know, like I usually place like about 20 pips above and wouldn't even break it, so it wouldn't go. So that would have been another like little area where you would think, okay, so it's either going to, so that another one was drawing that way, so it's either would break that, continue, so it's already tried to break that level, but because we also had a wing here, it's also, of course, you always think, okay, it might be that still sits inside the channel, so that's why you need to always remember about these little wings and see what can next happen. So as it went up a little bit for a bit more secure and protection, so that's how I drew it. And my point was that here it crossed the levels, as that was the bottom line, and there is another bottom and the top right here. So all I did, I thought, okay, so as you know, I usually just needed to move in anywhere, I don't know which way. So all I was thinking, okay, it might go up, so I have 50 pips to the next important level, as you remember it was from the previous weeks. And if it will go down, it has enough space to go to this level. It's about 40 pips. So I closed, so I made this trade. As you can see, it's a market moved. So I closed my 10 pips as usual around this level, and then I just continued. The next level was from that channel. If I'll just go on a bigger again chart so you can see better. So that was my next point, where I thought the market might stop here and either turn around or go in. And because it was the end of the week, so I decided to close all my positions. So what I was doing is just closing half positions here at 10 pips, and then just keep going and changing the stop. That's all. And just keep it enough distance to get to this level. So that's what I did and closed here. So that was the only trade I did this week. So the other pairs I didn't touch. As you know, I prefer to trade euro dollar if I see any good opportunities. On the other pairs I would do it, but because of the situation right now on the market, I didn't want to risk, as I did this trade on euro. I didn't want to risk on any other ones because I didn't see anything out there. So I'm going to show you in a minute. So I can remove these levels now. I don't need them because again, the market moved. And as you can see, I'm going to leave all the levels again as they are, because FOMC is going to happen. And even though on a calendar it shows as it might not change, but there are some talkings about it, and you can see it's been all these days. So on the 15th, anything can happen, and of course all these levels, the market can break it easily in both ways, up or down. And it's kind of really hard to say right now what can happen, because you know the news, when it's like momentum, it just moves and keep moving, and can be unpredictable, could be a gap, anything can happen. So I'm not sure if I will be trading. I will definitely not going to trade before the news. I'm going to see what's going to happen. So I would think it's probably going to be very slow, maybe. As you see, it broke inside this little channel again, so it might stay here inside it, and on the 15th it's just anything can happen. So I can't say anything at this point. We have all our levels again. Yeah, let's just go on the 4. We still have, as you remember, the most important levels for euro dollar is that one, which was trying to break for a very long time, but it still couldn't. So of course a possibility Let's just see how far it is from, so it stopped here, and to this area is about 200 pips. So it might go to this level again, it might break it, it might not, it might go up, because this is going to be the next one. As you can see right now, actually the euro dollar is in uptrend channel. So it might get here, stop, maybe turn around, or maybe get here, maybe stop a little bit and break up, or maybe it will just jump and break it all. This is the one scenario can be. And of course the other direction is it might go down, and we have here this is our one of the levels of that main uptrend channel. It's about was about like 100 pips, and this another line is 164 pips. So let's just go in a smaller chart so we can see a little bit better. So from here to here is 140, and from there to here is about 200. So it's kind of roughly stays in the middle, as you can expect. And so, as I'm saying, it might stay here in the middle a little bit before the news event will happen, and then we don't know. It's either way it can go, because that's how the news are usually. Nobody ever would know what's going to happen and where it's going to move. So at this moment, that's all for now. So it's going to be an important week, and we're going to see what to expect. So that's all my thoughts. So I'm just going to sit and wait. I'm not going to do anything. And also with the news event, I don't know. I would see how what the movement the market is going to make. If it's going to be very volatile, or I think it's probably going to be quiet until the news event. But I don't know. We'll see, because it's going to might be risky. I don't know, but have to see it later. So right now, that's all for euro dollar. Okay, let's go to pound dollar. And as I said, I didn't trade it because pound is very unpredictable. It's all following the polls, as I was saying. It's exactly what happened. It's followed the polls. As you can see, that's when the market last week we looked. Again, I didn't draw any levels. It's exactly what it was. And from the opening of the week, it was balanced around this level. That was quite an important one. And you can see it's actually tried to break it and stopped by this level of this channel, and come back, and it went up to this level, as you can see, stayed around that price, and then it's dropped. And actually the polls now the polls come out that it's a more percentage of actually UK might come out of EU, and this exactly because of that we saw how it broke all these levels and it's come out out of our one of the big channels. You can see it's broke this main level, and then it's broke another one. So we had this up trend channel, and it's come out, it's broke here. Of course, last week I didn't expect this. I told you that it probably will be sitting in here, but of course, as I said, it's the polls, and when the polls come out, they can move pound in any direction, and you can see it's broke. So of course the Brexit is going to be like the week after, but because this week FOMC again, I will not touch euro pound, because anything can happen again. Of course, I mean, you can try, because it's a very high volatility and market moves a lot. You can take a risk, it's up to you, but for me it's too risky. As you know, I like to play safe. I better just to wait for better and safer positions. But again, using my levels, you could also place the trades around here, but just remember when it was breaking here, so you could have just see if it will break that level. We had like about 100 pips, so you could have used that level and try to place the trades a little bit lower and see, and of course from that level too. But as I'm saying, it was very risky. I would never place these trades. I mean, it's just because we had the slowdown here, but it's just it was a bit too much, so I decided not to touch it. So, and you can see that actually that move, it slowed down. Okay, and as you can see, again, the stop was the market moved, to around the area of our other channel, and it tried to break it in, but it didn't, and it just stopped around this, and it stopped around that area. So what can happen now is, I'm saying again, because it's going to be FOMC, it might slow a little bit, be slow on these days before FOMC happens. Depends again if there will be any polls. It might move anywhere, any direction. So I wouldn't just touch it for now, really, just to see what's going to happen later. That's all for pound dollar. I mean, there's going to be something like this really on all the pairs because of this news are going to happen soon. So need to be careful and watch it. Okay, and now we're going to look at Australian dollar and Australian and dollar. So again, not changed anything. As you remember from the last week, I left it. The market stopped around here, and it did on Monday. It moved a little bit and it stayed in the channel. You can see that movement. When the market opened, it moved down and stayed around this channel, went up around this price. As you can see, it's been quite important level, and it stopped around here. So what you could do is to use this to draw another level, and on breaking on this, you could go for the trade, which is about 30 pips up to this level. And again, bear in mind these swings to see that I could go on. That's exactly what it did actually. Moved to right to the top of this and stopped here. You can see it started to balance around this area. So I mean, you could have leave it as this. So you could have done this trade if you do trade Australian dollar. As I'm saying, for me, it wasn't good enough. I didn't touch it because, as I'm saying, I'm on the trader space if I see something really good. But for me, it wasn't good enough. And so, of course, you could use this area again and draw another little, as I'm saying, like this. My strategies, as I said to you, the trend channel. So I'm saying like not horizontal channels. So you're doing exactly the same with the, like we do a strategy with horizontal channels. So waiting for it's either breaking up or breaking down and just place the trades. But as I'm saying to you, with these ones, because they're bigger, these channels, your stop losses, if you use the stop losses, they will be higher. They will be above and below of the trend levels, not our usual 30 pips when we're doing for a smaller horizontal channel. When you have a bigger one and you're expecting quite a big move, and maybe for a few days, then you have to place higher stops, and you can catch a very good move. You remember, it's a different strategy, but I all told you about it, so you can watch the other videos. So you can see that could have been your other channel, as it's balanced around the that level. And again, you could go for that movement, get to this level. You could come out here, you could close half positions, some positions around here. You could also place some more trades, for example, from that level, and you could catch and top up and just move your stop on the safe position. Let's say that's how you trade it. It's, you see, there's no indicators, no signals. All the levels, support, resistance, these are kind of like indicators, whatever, if you want to call them, or signals for sell or buy. You just wait for them to break it and to see where it's going to stop roughly. So here it moved, and as you can see, it's getting closer to the main price level here. So at this moment it stopped here. It might, because we have before here, you can see it might stop around here. Maybe it will turn around, maybe it will come inside and will try to break it. But as I say again, because of the news FOMC, anything can happen. So it's only like what, 2 days to waiting. So so when we have it, is it going to be on Wednesday? 15th is on Wednesday. So we have, yes, 15th on Wednesday. So we only have what, Monday, which is looks like pretty quiet day. No many news and not important, that very low. And Tuesday we have, it's like for pound, and what we have for Australian, like not much, really nothing. So You see, like Monday, Tuesday could be, well, depends. We have some advanced retail sales for American dollars, so also could be some movements. So that's what I'm saying, that this week is going to be interesting week. So we're going to see what's going to happen. So this is with the Australian. I think I'm going to remove this for now because I don't need it, as that level is still important for me. I'm removing this too because it's already broke. I'm just going to leave all of these levels for now. And here also I don't need this right now, so I'm going to leave that level. And we still have, you know, because news, it might go down, might try to come back into this channel. It might create something else. We have to see again what's going to happen. But for the previous week, you saw the opportunities what you could do. Okay, going to dollar yen now. What was previous week? Again, see, I didn't draw anything. That was our main trend channel inside the trend, and that was a very good move. It broke just as I expected. You remember last week? That's exactly what happened. I'm going to remove this as we don't need that now. We're still leaving that level as important, and you can see dollar yen stays inside that downtrend channel. And you also remember from the previous week, I told you that what can happen, that it stopped here. Why it stopped here was like thinking. Of course, don't forget about Fibonacci lines, they do help. It was at level 78 where I said to you it might go a little bit down and then we'll try to recover. And it's exactly what it did. It didn't go too far, it just a little bit moved on the opening, and it did go up a little bit. So we did try to correct, a little correction happened. So you can see, just as I expected, and it's exactly what happened. You see, it's all just all like that. So with that little correction, we could have also used Fibonacci to see where would it go. And the correction was quite small. It went only to level 23, didn't go anywhere higher because it's you see, not really moving much. And here, all what you could do again when it's created like Monday, right? And for Tuesday, you could already draw again that channel. You could either draw it this way or a little bit. Well, let's just again remove this as we don't need that. And we're taking that. That's what you could do. As one bottom, another. This a little bit too big candle, so you either could wait for the next day a little bit movements, what's going to happen, so you can draw, or you could just draw it like that, just a little bit using that area is doing 1 hour. So of course on the smaller charts would be more candles and easier to draw it. That's why I like the smaller charts, because we have more candles touching it. So you can see that's what that could have been your another channel, and of course moving a little bit more. And here would have been one of your profit channels to wait to break. So that's it. And so you could have wait to break that level. That's exactly what happened. It broke, went down about 40 pips. You could close 10 again and then continue and just changing your stop losses and trying to catch a bigger move. So, and it's again, and the same opposite direction to put your orders up there. Or using, for example, like from here to here, because it came to that level very close. But just bear in mind, if you would do it that way, so you need to see how far it is. So it's about, would have been 40 pips, which is, as I'm saying, I'm always using this because I like to close a little bit on the 10 pips to protect. When I usually close on 10 pips, I move my stop loss to break even, which is about usually about 20, 25 pips could be. Depends how far I place the trades from the levels. As you know, I usually try to place about 20 pips, but always remember about the wings of the candle, so it could be plus minus more or less pips. And as you remember again, if you do it from the trend channel, your stop should be higher. So if you go, for example, expect the market to go down, so your stop is going to be up there. If your market is going up, your stop is going to be below this level. So that's it. not anywhere in the middle, because you can see the market might move a little bit, then may come back, and then make it move. So always remember this. So I'm removing it for now again, because with dollar yen, it still sits inside the main trend channels lines, and if you will see, it's probably in the middle again. So it's like 300 pips something here and 300 pips down there. So news events, we're waiting for news. So as I'm saying, it might just move in the middle, and then we can use our news trading systems. So as I'm saying, depends what is going to create in this few first Monday, Tuesday days. Except on Tuesday will be some news for US. I don't know if it's going, or maybe it will have some movement, maybe up down or something. But of course, waiting for Wednesday and see what happens. But the levels stays as they are. The levels are going to stay. So at this moment, I wouldn't draw anything. I mean, there is no point to draw anything at this point. And dollar Canadian, we have also nothing changed. As again, it broke that this quite important level, very good move. This level stopped that move. It recovered a little bit, and finally it broke these two levels. So you can see from the bigger screen, bigger time frame, you can see this is where it happened. And if you remember, I told you it's kind of looks like shoulder, head, and not very nice shoulder, but as you can see, that broken point was here. As for shoulder, head, and shoulders, where I draw that level, and it's exactly where it's broke. It went up a little bit and broke that. And of course, now our main target will be this level going down. And if it will break it, that would be another one right here, which I can probably draw it and just leave it for now here. But it's quite far away, I think, at this point. From here to, yeah, it's about 700 pips. So first it has to go to this is about 250 pips. So if it will go down, and of course if it will go up again, we'll have that level 140, and our another one for a shoulder for this one is going to be like 500 pips. Is quite fast. So I mean, you can, I will probably, well, I probably leave it. Okay, to do remember all of this, because, well, I leave it here, but as I'm saying, this is the main one, because that's our kind of up trend. And on a smaller chart, that's the levels. And as I'm saying, I didn't trade because for me, it's still kind of the pairs not a favorite. So where you can see it stopped before the market opened, and then market opened is on Monday. It was around here. It's broke on Mondays. I'm usually using Monday just to see what's going to happen, but the movement continues. Already happened on Monday, so you could use this area as your entry point to place trades here, and of course, we'll place it here. If it will go up, it will be that level first, but it did went down exactly and continue moving now. And so we also can see using the Fibonacci just to see if it stopped one of the important levels. And because it's very big distance, you know, from the broken points, it's a very big distance to this. It's like 400 pips. Of course, you know that market usually wouldn't go in one go, like all 400 pips all the way. It has to go down, recover a little bit, correction, maybe a bit more, then go down again. So it's always like this, up, down, up, down. So of course you would think where on the way it might slow down, and you maybe top up again. Maybe you close some position. So you can see it's kind of broke 61 and a little bit didn't get to level 78. Slow down a little bit here, but you know, when it's like really like that big movement that it could not reach exactly, so it's broke 61, you know, it will probably between these levels it will slow down, it will try to recover, and it's exactly what it did. It started to recover, and now of course we'll be waiting for the news. I mean, you can always use Fibonacci and see, well, that one, if you look like, for example, that movement, that was your recovery, you see, up to 78, so where you could when it's like was going down, you could top up here, like in sell here, but it's one of the trading of Fibonacci, you remember I told you about, and you can see like one of the movements of this big up when it started to go down, and you can see it's reached to 200, and our last one will be to 61, so it's all also with Fibonacci. So, and now, but because the news we don't know, you see it will go up or will go down, but I'm leaving all the levels as they are. So that's for dollar Canadian. That's all what you could do, and that's how I do my technical analysis. And of course, Euro Pound. Also, I preferred not to trade this week because I also didn't know what was going to be with Pound because of the polls, and Euro was like you saw the Euro the first few days, it was moving, just not making any big movement, just was sitting inside the channel. So that's why I thought for Euro Pound, I don't know if it's going to do any movements or not. You can see all the levels are stayed. I'm going to remove this one so it wouldn't be confusing. It's from the previous weeks. We don't really need it anymore as it's all worked out. And I'm leaving all the levels as they are, just looking at daily bigger time frame. You can see all the levels are exactly working well. As Euro Pound went up just a little bit, didn't get to that, it dropped down to another one of our main levels and come back to another main levels and just stops inside, just as I expected it, and it stays exactly in the place. So what kind of trades you could have done? You would do, I mean, I could have done, but if I would want to risk, as I'm saying, if you want to get more trades, you can be a little bit more aggressive with tradings, and actually can pick up quite good trades. As you can see, all the week could have been trades made, all with my levels, and I hope they do help you because you can see it's mostly quite good accuracy with these levels. So that would have been Monday when it's opened. So it stopped here, and on Monday it opened, moved up a little bit. It didn't touch, so how far? It's like about 20 pips. It didn't reach the main price range. So what you could do is to draw on Monday, just wait and see what happens, and that would have been one of your levels to break. And for this, you could either draw it that way and just wait. Well, it's a little bit correcting a little bit. So that what you've been waiting for, and placing the trades from this level. So for example, from that level to that level would have been about 50 pips, and from the bottom level to down, you see about 100 pips. So that's what happened on Tuesday. You can see it moved, and then it just tried to correct itself, and you can see it actually went up again, tried to break this. It didn't reach it last time, so it tried it again later in the week, and it still stopped the movement. You can see it here. So I mean, all around here, I wouldn't go for any other trades. That would have been, that was quite good one, but I mean, for me, it wasn't still good enough. So that's, I didn't really. You could have tried to use this, but this is not a good, really not a good channel, I would say. But you could have risked, as I'm saying, it's all up to, it's about 16 pips. I mean, you could have used it as it's in the middle, and you would have expected, again, breaking up or down. It's exactly did it went up. And as I'm saying, it's your choice. For me, it was not as good, the channel, but you could use it and still make some profit on this. And here it's not really, but this could be a walking channel. That one would have been, that one is not, it's too small, and it's like from bottom and not good enough. That would have been more profit, better, let's say, but not, still not profit for me, as I'm saying. So okay, what now with Euro Pound? As you can see, it's kind of balancing all around this levels inside between these two, which is a quite big distance. And again, just like here, it's created kind of a little bit of, well, you can say on a bigger chart, you can see it's kind of like a flag, like little one, but not very nice one, but still kind of a little bit. But as you remember, yes, it was up. You would have, usually with the rules, it might go up, but as you can see, it also can go down. That's why my strategy all based on Doesn't matter which way. I place the trades for buy and for sell, and just as long as it's going to move, it's going to make money. So, but don't have to sit and think, oh yes, okay, it came to this, it has to go down. Yes, you can see it didn't reach that area. You would have expected maybe it would have go a little bit more, or that's the point where it's because it's already been here slowing down. Then okay, from that level you think, okay, it might go down now. When it's like didn't reach a little bit, you think it'll go up. But as I'm saying, it's not always happens exactly as you think, and you always wait for any patterns or channels. So at this moment, I'm saying it's not even point to try to draw anything. I mean, you can try to see, okay, so where it's going up. So like maybe it's your up trend, but it's really hard at this moment to do, because there will be this news again, FOMC and polls, and we're waiting for Brexit, for pound. So that's why I wouldn't even probably bother with all of these levels. I mean, you can try to do something, but I wouldn't do them for now. And as I say, of course, if it will break up, that would be one of our levels. To break this one, first we'll have to go through this, that level and that level. So you need to see, all depends again, what it's going to do, what it's going to create. Will it do any patterns just like this? You see, even on a daily one, you can see how good that movement was, exactly on important level, and creates the downtrend, and did go down with these two tops and bottoms. See, it stopped here, so now it's broke, and this is the level, still important level, just as it was before. So that's all for Euro Pound. That's all, guys, for now. You can see this week most of the levels stayed the same, because we have really important news coming out. And what can happen, I don't know, I can't say anything, but all the levels stays like this. And of course, after the news event, we would know kind of a little bit more. I hope we would see what's going to happen, and then hopefully it will be a little bit more stable, except then it's going to be July, August, not my favorite months for trading at all. So we'll see what's going to happen. But I hope it's a little bit useful for you. So if you really liked it, don't forget to subscribe, and bye everyone.